This story is shared with permission from Sheree McWilliams, a Black Lives Matter activist who joins us for our protests at North Shore Park. Sheree knew that her pregnancy was going to be difficult. She was diagnosed with preeclampsia early on. She was 18 years old and had no money, and Sheree is Black. Her first doctor, who was white, recommended an abortion, to the point where Sheree felt pressured. She wanted this baby and wanted help navigating the risks. The doctor performed many ultrasound examinations, more than she thought was necessary. She believed her prenatal vitamins were making her morning sickness worse, but he maintained her on them. Sheree was at risk for gestational diabetes, but was not tested for it. Through it all, she just didn't feel like the doctor was listening. At 22 weeks, Sheree changed doctors and got a Black physician. He stopped the ultrasounds, changed her vitamins, and detected other conditions with appropriate testing. He voiced his own concerns and did not withhold information. The key to this change? He took her seriously, listened to her respectfully, and acted on her words. Sheree's doctor could not be present at her birth. Her attending physician was a Black woman, and the surgeon was a white man. At first, all went well. Both doctors were very caring, listened to her concerns, and answered questions. But then things got difficult. Sheree's heart stopped several times. The white doctor said, "We need to concentrate on saving the baby." Sheree doesn't argue the priority. She told them to save the baby when she was conscious. But the Black physician wouldn't give up on trying to save them both, and she found a way. This story is a very common one. Black women are at much higher risk for complications and death during pregnancy than white women, and the difference holds up across income levels. No matter how successful they are, Black women struggle to be heard during pregnancy. Serena Williams, older and at the peak of health, had her own difficulty with communication during her pregnancy. She knew of her risk for blood clots, but at first was not taken seriously. Fortunately, the doctors came around in time for her. The fear of complications and putting themselves in the hands of a biased medical system can lead Black women to choose abortions over childbirth. We know that abortions are safer than carrying a baby to term, or avoid pregnancy altogether. Stories like these make it clear that reproductive justice goes beyond access to safe and legal abortions. The UUA's Reproductive Justice Ministry lists 4 aspects of reproductive justice: the raising of children in safe and healthy environments, planned and healthy pregnancies, ending or avoidance of unwanted pregnancies, and expression of sexuality. These were first described by the Women of African Descent for Reproductive Justice in 1994. Access to birth control, sex education, and prevention of sexually transmitted diseases has a long history with the UUA in the form of Planned Parenthood. What is new is the connection of these issues to economic, racial, sexual preference, and other oppressions that prevent women from having meaningful choice. Reproductive justice places the woman's rights at the center of the conversation. When policymakers and doctors listen first, women will receive the best care possible. Were Sheree's doctors racist? None would say that they consciously were, but physicians operate within the same social structures as the rest of us. Their decisions about how they should spend their time and who should be reproducing or not are shaped by those social forces. Reproductive justice helps us to see how racism and other oppressions contribute to a society where making decisions on behalf of others while deliberately not consulting them is acceptable. And it gives us the words to voice how we will accept this no longer.